Hello friends, this is Arthur Walker, and this video is my Lenovo YogaBook C930 overview. You can knock or hold the volume down button to open the device, releasing the magnetic enclosure. Then you can log in with the fingerprint sensor, most of the time. Input includes the configurable virtual keyboard on the e-ink display, a virtual trackpad, and touchscreen main display. It comes with a Lenovo Precision pen with Wacom AES 2.0 pen protocol. It has 4,096 levels of pressure sensitivity, Bluetooth connectivity for Windows Ink, a durable elastomer tip, and attaches magnetically to the lid. The keyboard has haptic settings and key press animations with a modern keyboard arrangement or the classic one for those of us who are accustomed to the first generation YogaBook. Typing on the YogaBook C930 takes some getting used to, unless you had a first generation YogaBook. Then it just feels like a slight improvement on the form. That said, the adaptive keyboard learns from your habits and adjusts, making it easier to type over time. This is awesome, provided it is being used by only one person. I don't know what would happen if you were sharing the device and you had multiple users adding input. If it differentiates between accounts or how that works, it'll take some experimenting, I think, to find that out. In tablet mode, the YogaBook C930 is position sensitive. If you flip it over and tap on the screen, it shuts the other display off. This allows you to use only the main IPS QHD display for tablet-type tasks and viewing media, or the FHD e-ink display for taking notes or reading, and thus consuming less power. Pen and touch input works on both displays equally well with the same pen. The e-ink Note app has a smart pen feature that can help make your diagrams and geometric objects look neat and tidy. Tap and hold the pen tool button, and down below the line thickness options, you'll see a little toggle that switches between Smart Pen and free drawing modes. I find myself using this feature to build a lot of things like workflows within projects, user experience maps for applications, and dungeon layouts for my D&D games. I keep finding new things the YogaBook can do in this e-ink app. Like with the marquee tool selected, you can take the geometric objects and reshape them, and it provides guidelines to show how the scaling has been changed relative to itself, and also gives you guides for positioning objects relative to each other, both center and edge, which is just astoundingly great for all kinds of things. Copying the contents of a note can be done as an image that you paste into most other applications, or as an image, text, formula, or diagram to OneNote. I don't think there's a handwriting to text, formula, or diagram feature that works with anything but OneNote at this time. The marquee feature lets you copy specific portions of your rendering to paste into other applications as an image. You can grab selections or the entire page with the marquee tool, or by hitting the upper barrel button on the stylus pen. You can also bring a screen capture from the main display down into your notes so that you can mark it up. You're able to resize and move it around and place it to suit before it becomes kind of a set permanent part of the composition, whatever it is you are doing. And then from there, you're able to mark it up as normal. If you make a mistake, you can undo And this is not just for placing things in the composition, but for line strokes, anything you do. And you have quite a few undos. I've never run out of undos. I've always been able to, even if I've gone pretty far into a composition, been able to go all the way back to almost the beginning generally. Your notes are stored over here. They're generated in chronological order and marked thus with the date. And that's really the only organization in the Note app itself. However, there is an option to enable syncing of all notes to OneNote. In the Note app, if you go over to the options, the option to do so is below the option to do text recognition language. You can also set the note template here for whatever default you want, and then there's an option to enable syncing of all notes to OneNote. And it will tell you there whether or not you're logged in. Once you have hit that, it will prompt you to log into your OneNote account on the main display, and away you go. The Reader app is one of the features I like best about the YogaBook C930. It isn't probably the best e-ink e-reader experience I've had, but having it built into basically my laptop is really nice, and it has all the basic features of navigating to find documents, keeps a jump list of recent documents. It loads even pretty large PDFs pretty quickly. The page turns are pretty fast. It has an option to search for specific page numbers, but there's no PDF, and there's no advanced PDF settings for like finding the table of contents and things like that. But you can take marqueed screen grabs to be copied and pasted into other applications. Unfortunately, that does not include the Note app on the e-ink side, which is too bad. But there is a feature that allows you to zoom and also marquee within that zoomed interface as well. For people that have a hard time seeing tiny text, or if you get a PDF where the text is just really dang small, because that happens, this is a really nice thing to have. And it's also really nice for casual use. I really like using the YogaBook at my tabletop games, and I like holding it like a book with my character sheet on the main display and the game book I'm using on the e-ink display on the other side. It's excellent. On to the settings menu. In the e-ink keyboard section, you can turn the keyboard sounds on or off, vibration sounds on or off. You can change the keyboard style between modern or classic, black and white, and then there is the keyboard languages, where you can change the language at will, and there are a dazzling number of languages available. And in the e-ink settings, e-ink image settings, you can change the background image when the device is off using your own, or you can use one of the ones provided by Lenovo. If your device is constantly popping open when you don't want it to, you can turn the knock to open feature off. That should help. In the legal information section, you can opt in to share usage statistics, which I recommend you do to improve the device. And then in the help section, there are two help files. One is for the e-ink display operation guide, and one is for the e-ink note introduction. And these guides are previous to the March-April e-ink update, and I don't know that they got updated as a result, so they don't have all of the new features in there, like the Reader app can display text, TXT, and EPUB files now. And like that marquee resizing of the geometric shapes feature that I showed you is new, and there's probably more new things yet to be discovered. So try stuff. Speaking of trying stuff, I tried a lot of art programs with this device, a lot. And I will be covering that and the potential of tilt sensitivity with this device in another video. But needless to say, there was some struggles there. I figured it out. I'm going to make another video and tell you all the things. But before the video ends, let's talk about the Lenovo Vantage app and how to set up your pen. So your device may or may not come with the Wacom Pen Settings app. It's astonishingly hard to find, but if you go into hardware settings and you hit input and you touch the pen, it will give you the option to bring up the Lenovo Pen Settings app and install it. And that should allow you to customize the barrel buttons and sensitivity and have options with regard to that. There has been a lot of interesting developments in the last 2 or 3 months, both with Windows, UWP maybe being dead, and changes to Windows Ink, and all this kind of stuff going on. And more recently, within the last week, Krita got an update that also includes some experimental features that allowed devices like the YogaBook to work better with it. And I am hopeful that between Microsoft allowing Win32 back in the Windows Store and some recent improvements to Windows Ink, that the YogaBook is only going to get better over time. Thank you for joining me on this video, and look to my channel for more videos on this and other devices like it. Have a great day.